the Weed Lounge?
That was my friend who rolls the joints. This is Vlad from NARSDAO. He's one of the sponsored skaters from Brazil. First time in the United States.
First time in the United States, first time in Brazil, actually.
First time. Yeah, I didn't see snow until I moved here a few years ago. I'm Brett.
He's Brad.
I go by Pin Pusher.
He's Brad.
This is Vlad.
I'm Vlad.
We're from NARSDAO, and we put in a proposal to throw a little event for East Denver. Vlad flew all the way here from Brazil. He's one of our sponsored skaters. It's first time in the U.S., the first time he saw snow.
Yeah.
He's gonna go up snowboarding.
In the mountains, yeah, pretty soon. Pretty stoked. Yeah. Yeah, when it was like snowing, like from the sky snowing, I went running, like, oh, it's Christmas. Seriously, yeah.
NARSDAO, for people who don't know what NARS is.
NARS is an extension of Nouns. It's a sub-DAO that funds extreme sports athletes and skaters. So we've got snowboarders, skaters, surfers, rollerbladers,
Artists,
wakeboarders, kite surfers.
even developers too.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, we've had someone who created a little video game that's inside. It's called Stoke and Quest.
Yeah, and he shreds.
What's your favorite part of NARS?
I love that it's been different than most other projects that I've been involved in. Like, everyone in there is either someone who loves skateboarding or something around that, and that's what I grew up with my whole life. And it's been cool to be able to interact with people like that through this other thing that I kind of found a love with Web3. And
Well, I love that it's driven by the community, you know, because we're building this sponsorship model, and let's like the way like athletes got like supported nowadays is like pretty limited. So to like or Web2 platforms or like competition stuff. And NARSDAO as a DAO driven by its community has a space to like all the culture that skateboarding and other like gnarly stuff have, you know. For example, Diaz from the community too, it's like he's an artist and he's a skateboarder, you know, like where he fits in the industry, you know. The skateboarding community always knew his value, you know, and like NARSDAO provided like through Web3 the space for like a guy like that be supported. I hope we got subtitles.
How would you explain NFTs to someone who has no idea what NFTs are?
I think you might, I don't know if you're better at that. You do. Vlad does a lot of like coding stuff too. I don't know if you could. How would you explain NFTs to someone who doesn't know what it is?
Well, like we are like learning, and when we're teaching, like we're like learning to teach too. So like every month, like I try something new, you know. I tried like the approach of like what is a fungible token, what's like a non-fungible token. I tried the digital asset thing, you know, like. Right now, I don't know, like, depends on the person, and I choose, like, what tools to use, but mainly, I define NFTs, like, as smart contracts that can do, like, amazing stuff on blockchain, and they're like programs, and, like, you can sell art and digital assets using, like, you can create using, I don't know. And the English is much more difficult. I usually do that in Portuguese. So maybe you explain it too.
You want me to explain it?
I hope you guys can edit that.
My homie Germ was bugging me for a long time because he loves all sorts of artwork. He like travels around to go to gallery shows and stuff. And it was a couple years ago, and he's like showing me these pictures, and I was like, oh, it's cool, like digital art. Like I was like, oh, I could like put my own stuff on there, but I didn't really understand it more until he had me paint at an event he was hosting a few years ago. It was a Bored Ape event, and we just being in that like space with all those different people like that flew all over the country just to be at this one thing for one day. It was so cool, and so I started like following more of like what was going on and putting my own artwork up there, and eventually just like wanting to collect more stuff. But
Yeah, in the case the community sell it itself, right?
yeah, like it just like made me super interested, and I could see there's like all these different families, and that's what I get from like growing up skating or doing like graffiti and stuff. Like those little degenerate crews are always like hanging out together, and it's
It's
been
inspiring.
fun, and it's made me like kind of stuck with it and keep putting art out there. I ended up finding some skate stuff that led me to NARS. Like,
Yeah.
So what is the future of NARS, do you think? What's your vision for it?
I think
Oh, it changes a lot. Right now, like we're like really testing this platform that's gnarly, and I think that's being towards that. It's a lot of change from what we did before. So I think it's very fluid, and I think we're gonna like experiment with a bunch of stuff, NFTs and like the social platform, and bringing like all the what this culture has to like all the exits for the culture. You know, right now is this platform. And what else you think?
I would just want to like keep helping,
Yeah, that's the base layer for sure.
and we can just like be able to sponsor all these skaters and extreme sports athletes, and because I always thought it would be cool to be at a position to like sponsor people, so just to like keep bringing on like skaters and surfers and other stuff that I love, and helping artists get stuff to do, and just grow more with that and
Yeah,
keep pushing
totally.
that.
And also like DIY spots and like building places and like I think like bringing back for the cities through the eyes of this community, you know. And I think like we can support like the people and the people that are the makers that for building stuff like that, because like surfers they take care of like the sea environment, like skaters they take care of the city environment, and they like adapt them like for using them. So if you inspire them and like their projects, you know, like we can have something that grows like in the whole city and like spreads around in the world, you know, I guess. I think.
What's the future of blockchain? What's like a use case that you could see happening that doesn't exist yet?
Ooh. You're trying to get me to.
I don't know. We did a decentralized sponsorship, and I think that was new.
Yeah.
We sponsor like athletes directly, but we did like a DeFi movement in another network that we could like spread the same amount of Ethereum that you use from one athlete into many athletes through this content. This on SkateHive. So that was kind of like a disruption. Like we took a model of sponsorship and like using Web3, like we supported like many people at the same time. And at the same time, the creation rewards went back to the treasury. Keep an eye on ours. I'm doing some noise, yeah.
The skate clips and surf clips, it's really cool to be able to collect that.
Yeah,
stuff.
check NARS.wtf, NARS.com, that's gnarly, skatehive.app, and AUBTOSHI.
Yeah, AUBTOSHI too. Shout out them.
Shout out.